Al-ANBIYA, the prophets. In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful. Their reckoning has drawn near for mankind, while they turn away in carelessness. Every time a new reminder comes to them, they hear it only while they play. They listen to the new revelation with hearts preoccupied in play. The wrongdoers confer in secret, saying, "Is not this man a human being like you? Will you then yield to the sorcery while you clearly see and perceive it?" He said, "My Lord knows every word spoken in the heavens and on the earth. He is all-hearing, all-knowing." Nay, they say these are muddled and incoherent dreams. Nay, he forged it. Nay, he is a poet. Let him bring us a sign with which the former prophets were sent. Before them, not one of the populations which we destroyed believed. Will these believe? Before you also, the messengers we sent were only men, to whom we had granted revelation. If you do not know this, ask those who have the reminder. We did not give them the prophets, bodies that could do without food, and they were not to live forever. Then we fulfilled the promise to them, and delivered them and whoever we pleased, and we destroyed the transgressors. O people, we have sent down to you the book in which is your reminder. Will you still not use your intelligence? How many a steed that was cruel have we destroyed, and after it we raised up in other people? When they felt our punishment, behold, they at once began to flee from there. It was said unto them, "Flee not, but return to the luxury which was given you, and to you dwellings that you may be questioned." They said, "Alas for us, we were indeed wrongdoers." They went on with this cry until we rendered them like a mown field extinct. We did not create the heaven and the earth, and all that is between them in play. Had it been our wish to find a game, we could surely have found it in our presence, if we ever did. Nay, had it been our wish to find a game, we could surely have found it in our presence, if we ever did. Nay, we hurl the truth against falsehood, and it breaks its head, and behold, it vanishes, and woe betide you for what you utter, you describe of us. To him belongs all that is in the heavens and the earth, and all those who are in his presence disdain not to worship him, nor do they vary. They glorify him by night and day without tiring. Or have they chosen gods from the earth who can raise the dead? If there were there in the heavens and the earth other gods besides Allah, there would have been confusion in both. Glorified be Allah, who is Lord of the throne, above what they ascribe to him. He cannot be questioned for his acts, but they shall be questioned. Or have they obtained other gods beside him? Say, bring forth your proofs. This is the reminder of those who are with me, and the reminder who were before me, but most of them know not the truth, and they are turning away. We did not send any messenger before you, but that we revealed to him. There is no God but me, therefore worship me alone. They say, the Beneficent has taken a son, glory be to Allah. Nay, they are only his honored servants. They speak not until he has spoken, and they act by his order. He knows what is before them and what is behind them. They do not intercede for anyone except for the one whom Allah accepts. And so angels are in awe and reverence of him. If any of them were to say, "I am a deity apart from him," we would reward him with hell. Thus do we reward the wrongdoers. Do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and the earth were at first one piece, then we parted them, and made every living thing from water. Will they not then believe? And we have set on the earth mountains standing firm, lest it should shake with them mankind, and we have made therein valleys as paths so that they might find their way. And we have made the heavens as a well-guarded canopy, yet they turn away from the signs which these things point to. And it is Allah who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. Each swims in its orbit. O Muhammad, we granted not to any man a permanent life. If you then will die, will they live on forever? Every soul shall taste death, and we test you with evil and with good as a trial, and unto us shall you be returned. When those who disbelieve see you, they take you only in jest, saying to one another, "What? Is this man who mentions your gods?" And they disbelieve in the mention of the beneficent God. Man is made of haste. I will show you my signs, so do not make me hasten. And they say, when will this promise be fulfilled if you are truthful? If only those who disbelieved knew the time when they will not be able to ward off the fire from their faces and from their backs, and they will not be helped. Nay, it may come to them abruptly and confound them. They shall not be able to avert it, and they shall not be reprieved. Surely messengers before you were mocked, and then those who were scoffing at them were encompassed by what they were scoffing at. O Muhammad, say, who is there to protect you by night and day from the beneficent? Nay, yet they turn away from the mention of their Lord. Or have they gods that can guard them from us? They have no power to aid themselves, nor can they be defended from us. Nay, we gave good things of this life to those men and their fathers until life grew long for them. Do they not see that we come to the land to reduce it from its outlying borders? Are they then the victors? O Muhammad, say to them, I only warn you according to revelation, but the deaf will not hear the call when they are warned. However, if a breath of your Lord's punishment were to touch them, they assuredly would say, Alas for us, because we indeed were wrongdoers. And we set up a just balance for the day of resurrection. Thus, no soul will be treated unjustly, even though it be the weight of one mustard seed. We shall bring it forth to be weighed, and our reckoning will suffice. We gave Moses and Aaron the criterion of right and wrong, and a light and reminder for those who keep from evil. Those who fear their Lord, though they have not seen him, are in dread of the hour. This is a blessed reminder that we have revealed to you, O idolaters of Mecca. Will you then reject it, saying, it is not from Allah? We gave Abraham his rectitude before Moses, and we knew him that he was qualified and worthy of prophethood. When he said to his father and his people, what are these images to which you are devoted in worship? They said, we found our fathers worshipping them. He said, verily, you and your fathers were in plain error. They said, have you brought us the truth, or are you jesting? He said, nay, your Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. He created them from nothing, and I am a witness to this truth. By Allah, I shall circumvent your idols after you have gone away and turned your backs. Then he broke them into pieces, all except the large one, so that they might turn to it. When they returned and saw the state of their idols, they said, who has done this to our gods? Surely it must be some evildoer. They said, we have heard that you talk of them, is called Abraham. They said, then at once bring him before the eyes of the people, so that they may testify. When Abraham was there, they said, is it you who has done this to our gods, O Abraham? He said, nay, this one, who is their chief, has done it, so ask them if they can speak. At once they turned to themselves to discuss the position and said, you are the wrongdoers. Then they were utterly confounded and said, O Abraham, you have known that these do not speak. Abraham said, do you then worship besides Allah those things that cannot profit you in anything at all, nor harm you? Fie upon you, and all that you worship instead of Allah, do you not use your intelligence? They said, burn him immediately and protect your gods if you are doing anything. We said, O fire, be coolness and peace for Abraham. Then they wished to snare him, but we frustrated them and made them the ones that lost most. And we rescued him and Lut, who was his nephew and prophet in another country, and directed them to the land which we had blessed for all peoples. And we bestowed upon him Isaac and Jacob as a grandson, and we made each of them righteous. And we made them leaders to guide people in accordance with our command. And we inspired in them the doing of good deeds, and to establish the prayer and pay the zakat, and they were always worshippers of us. We gave judgment and knowledge to Lut, and we delivered him from the community which practiced abominations. Truly, they were people of indecent acts and corruption. And we admitted him to our mercy, for he was one of the righteous. Remember, with the same favor we blessed Noah. When he cried to us before those prophets, we heard his prayer and delivered him and his family from great distress. We helped him against the people who rejected our signs. Truly, they were a wicked people, so we drowned them altogether. And we bestowed the same favor upon David and Solomon. Remember the occasion when the two were judging a case regarding a field into which the sheep of other people had strayed at night, and we were watching and witnessing their judgment. We made Solomon to understand the case, and to each of them we gave wisdom and knowledge, and we made the hills and the birds to him with David. We were the doers. And we taught him the art of making garments to protect you from each other's violence. Are you then thankful? And to Solomon we subdued the wind in its raging. By his command it flowed towards the land which we had blessed, and of all things we are aware. And of the devils were some who dived for him to extract pearls from the sea, and did other works besides, and it was we who guarded them. And remember Job, when he cried to his Lord and said, truly distress, disease and tribulation has seized me, but you are the most merciful of all who are merciful. Then we heard and responded to him, and removed what was upon him of distress and tribulations. We gave him his family, and restored his people to him, and doubled their number with them, as a mercy from us, and a remembrance for the worshippers. And remember Ishmael, and Idris, and Zulkif, and were men of fortitude and patience. And we brought them into our mercy, because they were of the righteous. And remember also Dunun, when he departed in anger, and deemed that we had no power over him. But he cried out in the darkness, saying, there is no God but you, I glorify you, and I was one of the wrongdoers. Then we heard and responded to him, and we delivered him from distress. Thus do we deliver the believers. And remember Zechariah, when he called upon his Lord, my Lord, Leave me not solitary, childless, though you are the best of inheritors. Then we heard and responded to him, and we granted him John, and cured his wife to bear a child for him. They used to be with one another in good deeds, and called upon us with love and fear, and they remained humble before us. And remember that blessed woman who guarded her chastity. Then we breathed into her of our spirit, and we made her and her son a sign for all peoples. Surely this is your community is one community, and I am your Lord, so worship me. And they have broken into fragments their affairs among them, yet all of them are returning to us. Then whoever does any act of good while he is a believer, there is no ungratefulness for his efforts. Surely we shall record it in his favor. And there is a ban upon any community which we have destroyed, that shall not rise again. This is to be continued until Gog and Magog are let loose, and they shall hasten out of every hill and slope. And the true promise has drawn near. Then behold, the eyes of the unbelievers will fixedly stare in terror, saying, Oh, woe to us! We were indeed heedless of these. Ah, we truly were wrongdoers. Surely you idolaters, and what you worship beside Allah, are the fuel of hell. You will surely come there. O idolaters, if these had been gods, they would not have come here. Forever, all of them will abide therein. There is a wailing for them, but they shall not hear anything there. Those for whom the good record from us has gone before will be removed far therefrom. They will not hear the slightest sound of it, hell. They shall forever abide in what their souls long for. The great terror of the resurrection or judgment shall not grieve them, and the angels will meet them. This is your day, the day that you were promised. On that day, we shall roll up the heavens like a scroll rolled up for books. And we originated the first creation, so we shall bring it forth. It is a promise binding upon us. Truly, we shall fulfill it. And verily, we have written in the Zabur, after the reminder, my righteous slaves shall inherit the earth. Verily, in this Quran is a message for people who would truly worship Allah. O Muhammad, we have only sent you as a mercy for all the worlds. Say to them, what has come to me by inspiration is that your God is one God, so will you surrender to him? But if they turn back, then say, I have proclaimed to you all alike, and I know not whether what you are promised is near or far. It is he who knows what is open in speech and what you conceal.